Let's look at a typical roundabout. This one has 4 exits and we want to take the first exit, which is classed as a left turn. Now we should always use the mirror signal manoeuvre routine on approach to a roundabout, and we need to give way to traffic from the right. So if we start the routine, we would check the interior and left mirrors. We want to check what's behind us and also what's to the left of us. We would then signal left on approach to let people know we intend to take the first exit. The manoeuvre is broken down into 3 steps. Position, where we'd keep our normal driving position, or in the left lane if there was more than one lane. Speed, if there is no queue, we can slow down in gear 2 and get the clutch up, but still slow down while we have a look to the right. We want to be looking to the right to see if there's any traffic coming directly from our right and from opposite that might be coming round the roundabout. The ideal scenario is that someone would indicate to come off onto our road. That would give us a chance to get out. Now don't forget to also look ahead to make sure you keep your position as you start to emerge, or if you are in a queue, to make sure that you don't end up driving into the back of someone when you set off. Now let's take a look at my pupil now. She checks the interior and left mirror and then signals left. She starts to slow down in the gear she's in, and then as she's slowing down, she goes into gear 2. Clutch up all the way, keeps the position and starts to look to the right. Now as she's looking to the right, she can clearly see it's safe to continue, so a little gas and she's away up the new road. This time it's slightly different. She checks the interior and left mirror, signals left, and then as she starts to slow down again, there's not much of a queue, no queue at all, so down into second gear, clutch up all the way, and as she starts to look to the right this time, there's a little bit more traffic, so she brakes more, clutch down into first gear, handbrake on, set the gas, get to the biting point, and she can see a gap coming now, so handbrake off, clutch up slowly, a bit more gas, and she's away safely up the new road. Okay, so when following the road ahead, you check the mirrors, interior and left. We don't signal because we're not signalling on approach. We're positioning the normal driving position, same as when we go left. We're keeping the normal driving position. Speed wise, well, we'll slow down, we'll see whether it's safe to continue. If it is, we might go down into second gear. If we need to give way and stop, then we'll just go into first gear. Now we're looking to the right to determine whether or not we can get out. People opposite us might be coming round the roundabout, and they could help us get out if they come straight down our road. That's the ideal scenario. We want people coming down our road, either from the left, signalling left coming down our road, or from opposite. Now once we're happy that it's safe to continue, we will be coming up, keeping our position, and if we get to this point and we can see that there's no one coming from our right or someone's coming down our road and it's safe for us to get out, then we will follow the road, keeping our position on the roundabout, maintaining that left position as we go around the roundabout. But as we pass the exit before the one we want, we'll check the interior and left mirror and then signal left, and that tells people that we want to exit the roundabout. It lets people know further round that we're about to come off, and that may give them a chance to get onto the roundabout themselves. On the example I'm about to show you, we spend a little bit of time waiting for traffic when maybe we could have got going. There is a car coming from our right directly, so we do stop initially, but there are a couple of opportunities to get out when the cars that are coming from opposite the roundabout end up coming down our road. So we're waiting here, there's a car waiting there, and we can usually get out of that situation because it's waiting for people coming from its right, and that's our chance to get out as they come down our road. Now their position showed us that they would be coming down our road, but then in the end we waited for the car on our right to go when maybe we could have gone a bit earlier. So as we're approaching the roundabout here to follow the road ahead, she checks the mirrors, but no need to signal. It looks fairly clear near the roundabout, so we start to slow down using the gear that we're in and then go down into second gear, hoping we can get straight out. The clutch is up all the way and we start to look to the right. Now as we look to the right, we can see there's quite a few cars, so we end up stopping there. Handbrake on into first gear and we get to the biting point. Now getting to the bind point here gives you a chance to get out. Now that's our chance to get out, but we were unsure of the Range Rover. Now the white van, you can see by its position, it's coming down our road. That should have been our chance to get out. But in the end, we got out nice and safely just after the Land Rover. Now this is where we check the interior and left mirror, signal left, and exit the roundabout. It wasn't too bad, but maybe could have got out a little bit earlier. So final one on this particular roundabout, we're going to be turning right this time. We're coming down this road from the left that you can see on the left, and we're exiting over on this side over here. So we check the interior and right mirrors, signal right on approach to the roundabout because we're turning right at the roundabout going past 12 o'clock. Then we position to the right. We don't want to be in the normal driving position, we want to keep more to the right as we approach in the right lane if there was two lanes. Speed wise, again, we're going to slow down. On the example I'm going to show you, we're already in second gear, but we may need to stop and go into first. And we're looking to the right to decide if we do need to stop. We want cars coming round the roundabout to stop the car that's directly to our right. We want them coming all the way around to stop this car getting out, so that'll give us a chance to get out ourselves. So when we're actually approaching the roundabout, we go through the mirror signal position speed look routine. We want to keep just left of the centre line, so more over to the right as we approach the roundabout. If it's clear, we'll be going on to the roundabout and maintaining that position to the right, keeping fairly close to the roundabout. As we pass the exit before the one we want to take, we should check the interior and left mirror, signal left, and then exit the roundabout in the normal driving position or over to the left lane if there was a choice of two. Now let's watch that in real time. My student here, she's approaching in second gear anyway because we've just emerged, but she's going to check the interior and right mirror. She will signal right and approach just left of centre, positioning there, slowing down, starting to look to the right. We can see that there's a car there, but it's off on the roundabout on the exit before ours. We maintain that position over to the right, check the mirrors, signal left, lets everyone know that we're about to exit the roundabout, and we drive off safely in the new road. Now let's have a look at a road with multiple lanes. This one here, we're coming down this road and we want to take the first exit to come down this road. Now you can see there's two lanes as we approach, so the most appropriate lane usually would be the left lane, and it is confirmed by markings saying that the right lane is for right turns only, up this way, and the left lane is for left turns first exit. So on approach to the roundabout we would use the mirror signal position speed look routine. We check the mirrors interior and left, signal left, position in the left lane. Speed wise, well, usually we could be slowing down on approach and maybe going into second gear if it seems clear enough. If there is a bit of a queue like there is in the example I'm about to show you, then we go down into first gear and then just work our way towards the giveaway point at the roundabout. Now on all roundabouts, like we've said before, we give way to the right and traffic's coming round in a clockwise direction. So if there's anyone coming down this road and they're in the lane where these white vans are, that lane is for left only, so that's the first exit. So as we're looking up to the right, we may not have to stop if there's people in this lane and they're signalling left and there's no one in this lane. Now this right lane is for people turning right, and they're probably going the same direction as us, or they may be going all the way around the roundabout and doing a U-turn back up the road they came from. So as we get to the roundabout, we come to about here and we're looking up to the right. If there's no one coming out here and there's no one coming around the roundabout from here doing a U-turn, then we should be able to get out safely. Now as we exit the roundabout, there is another road down here straight away, so we would cancel the signal just about here to make sure no one thinks we're going down this road, and there's a pedestrian crossing, so we want to look out for those lights changing and then we can drive on safely if they're on green. Now as you can see, there's quite a lot of traffic here, but we have checked the mirrors and signalled left on approach. We're looking up to the right now, and you can see that that big orange truck is blocking that road, so that gives us a chance to get out because there's no one else coming. So that was a fairly steady one, but make sure we don't drive into the back of someone because there's often queues at roundabouts, especially if there's a pedestrian crossing. This time on the example that's coming up, we're going to be coming from this road down here, and we're going to be following the road ahead to take the second exit up here. Now we're classing it as following the road ahead because on the floor the markings suggest that it is following the road ahead, and there's the left lane that goes left only, there's the middle lane that goes straight ahead, and then there's the right lane that goes straight ahead, and it also goes right to do the U-turn all the way back round. So if we've got a choice of two lanes following the road ahead, we should usually choose the left lane unless we know we need the right lane for some other reason. For example, further up we may be turning right and it may be more appropriate to get into the right lane. On the example that's coming up, we will be using the middle lane, and as we come onto the roundabout we want to keep to the left lane. Now the reason for that is this left lane that goes left only will disappear essentially, and there's just two lanes on the roundabout. So on approach we will check the mirrors. We don't need to signal because it's neither a first exit or a right turn. We'll position in this middle lane, and as usual on approach, if there's no queue, we can slow down and go into gear 2 and maybe get straight out. If there is a queue, then we'll just work our way towards the give way point. And we want to be looking to the right. We're giving way to the right, and if there's anyone in this particular lane, as we've seen from the previous video, they should be taking the first exit. So we're actually looking over to the right, and we're worried about people coming up this lane because they will be turning right and coming up this road. So they're definitely people that we need to watch out for and give way to if necessary. Now there may also be people coming round in this right lane that are doing the U-turn going all the way back round, and we'd also need to give way to them. Now if it's all clear and we can keep going, we want to come out in the left lane of the two and make sure that we're looking round the roundabout. There is a pedestrian crossing here and it changes often, so the cars can back up on this particular road. We want to keep this area clear because that's designed to help people come out of this road and turn right while we're queuing for the lights to change back. And that does actually happen on the example. As we come out, there are cars queuing, so we stop and make sure we keep this area clear. When the lights change then, because we're passing the exit before the one we want, check the mirrors, interior and left, signal left, and we exit the roundabout in the left lane. Now watch out for people up the right hand side. They may also be going round the roundabout and exiting in the right lane, so make sure we don't drive across and cut across the lines. We need to maintain our left position and come round in the left lane and exit in that lane. Let's take a look. So you can see here we're approaching the roundabout. There's a bit of a queue. We'll check the mirrors, no need to signal. We're positioning in the middle lane. You can see the left lane there that goes left only. We're in the middle lane, which is the left of the two lanes that go over towards the pedestrian crossing, the second exit. Now we're approaching the give way point now, so if we look over to the right, that right lane is clear, so no one's turning right there, everyone's turning left first exit. So we can come out, but then we've got to stop because of the keep clear area just in front. Now we're stopping there and waiting for the pedestrian crossing to change. Check the mirrors, signal left, and then we're going to exit the roundabout in that left lane, making sure the pedestrian crossing doesn't change. Okay, final one for this particular roundabout. We're going to be coming down this road and we're going to be doing the right turn, which is the second exit, to come down this road. Now as always on approach it will be mirrors, but this time it's interior and right mirror for the right turn. We will signal right and we're going to position in the right lane. Speed wise, well again, if we're slowing down and there's no queue, we can go down into gear 2 and maybe we can get straight out. On this example I'm about to show you, it's a little bit busier, so we're slowing down, we're moving along in gear 1, just edging towards the give way point where we need to give way to the right. Now when we're looking to the right, if there's only traffic in this left lane,
then they should be taking the first exit, which would mean that we'd have a good chance of getting out. Now most of the time on this particular roundabout, most of the traffic is in the lane that I showed you on the last clip, where we're coming straight down this road and we're coming across here. So when we're looking to the right, we want to make sure that there's no traffic coming in either of these two lanes in particular. Now what we want is for these guys to stop. If they stop, that might give us a chance to get out. And the reason why they might stop is if there's someone coming from this lane and doing the right turn up our road. Now if that happens, as soon as these guys stop, that's going to be our chance to get out, just as these guys set off. So we're looking over to the right, and on this particular video there is a black taxi that comes around here. It stops these guys getting out, and as he comes around here then and exits the roundabout, that's my pupil's chance to get out, and that's what she does. What we want to make sure we do here as well though is watch out for any cars that may be queuing round the roundabout, because we don't want to come in and block the keep clear. We want to make sure we wait here until it's safe to get over that keep clear, and then we can continue round without blocking the roundabout. So here we go then, coming down towards the roundabout. She checks the mirrors and signals right, gets in the right position in the right lane, and there's a couple of cars ahead, so we're just going to stop, and then a couple of cars get moving. We're going to move to the give way point, and if we look to the right we can see all of a sudden there's cars coming round the roundabout, so we have to stop a car doing the U-turn. Now most of the cars are in that lane that I was talking about, and now they've stopped, and the reason they've stopped is that black taxi, and he's coming up our road. That's our chance to get out, and we go round. But then we've just got to stop in the queue. She checks the mirrors and signals left. In fact there is no queue, and we're away. Okay, on this next recording we're using a large roundabout which is called a spiral or a gyratory roundabout. Often roundabouts with more than 3 lanes or 3 or more lanes would be controlled by traffic lights. We still use the mirror, signal, position, speed, look routine on approach, but we're just looking to see whether or not the traffic lights are going to change, and we're also looking to see which is the best lane as we come out onto the roundabout. Now on approach there will be road markings and signs telling you which lane to get into depending on the destination that you're heading. On this example we will be going towards the town centre, which is up here. It's the second exit. We're coming up this road, and on approach there is a sign saying that you can use either lane to go towards the town centre. Now we're going to use the left lane of the two, and as we approach we'll check the mirrors. We won't need to signal. We will position in the left lane of the two. We'll start to slow down, and again as always we're slowing down and maybe going straight out. We might not need gear 2, we might be able to continue in gear 3 because it's not a particularly sharp roundabout and it is controlled by traffic lights. But on the example I'm going to show you, we had just set off, so we're in gear 1 and then up into gear 2. Now with the lanes, this left lane goes towards the second exit, but it also goes towards the first exit, so people could be taking either of these two lanes from this left lane. What we're going to do is come right out following these markings. You can see we're just keeping the markings to our right and coming out into this third lane across. This lane continues round then, and we'll be in the middle lane because the left lane is for a car park which comes further up here. So we'll be staying in the middle lane, and again just staying in the centre, keeping to the side of those little markings you can see, and exiting in this middle lane which is towards the town centre. Sometimes people in the right lane get it a bit wrong and they come across and end up cutting across you, so keep an eye on people to the right on large roundabouts like this, and people to the left. On this particular one though, these people should be coming out into this right lane. It is marked for town centre there, just like ours would be. They'd be coming round in the right lane. They could either be going up and turning right and choosing either of these lanes, or they could be exiting the roundabout in the right lane of the 3. So the example we're going to show you, we come out in the left lane, come straight out into this particular lane, and then we're coming round in the middle lane and exiting the roundabout. Now on this particular occasion we don't really want to be signalling left as we come to here, because people may think we're coming across into the car park lane. As long as you maintain your position, it's not really necessary on this occasion to signal your intentions to exit the roundabout. But as always, mirror checks are necessary just to make sure you know what's around you as you start to move across. So we're setting off in the left of the two lanes, going into second gear. The markings on our right are going to guide us out right over to the third lane across. You can see it's still marked for the town centre. Then we're going for the middle lane because the left lane is for the car park, and these X's to our right just guide us so that we definitely exit in the middle lane, which is the correct one.
Okay, so on this larger roundabout here, it's so large that we can't even zoom in properly on Google Earth. But we're going to be coming down this road here, and we want to come round the roundabout and exit on this road here, which takes you up towards Leeds. It's the A58, so this is the same road, A58 from Halifax, and we want to continue along the A58 up to Leeds. Now, as you can see here, there's quite a few lanes on this roundabout. So on approach to the roundabout, as you see on the video that I'm about to show you, the lane markings and the signs suggest that if we're going to Leeds, we get into this right hand lane. As we come out onto the roundabout, you can see the markings bring us out into the right hand lane, and then it seems that this lane is going to split into two here as we pass this exit. So we need to look at the floor markings as well as the signs above our head to determine which lane to get into. As we follow the road around then a little bit, I'll just zoom out a touch. As we follow the road round and we pass each exit, the road markings are going to encourage us to move across a little bit, so that by the time we get back round all the way to this exit, we're not still in the right hand lane having to go across 3 lanes of traffic. So the road markings and the road signs are going to encourage us to move across as we pass each exit. So by the time we get to roundabout here, just before we exit the roundabout, we will be in the left lane, ready to simply exit the roundabout in the lane that we're in.
So as we come down this road now, we're in the left lane initially, and we see a big sign that says that Leeds is first, second, third, fourth exit, and then this sign tells us that Leeds is the right lane. We need to be in the right lane for the Leeds A58. So my pupil checked the mirrors, signalled right, and got into the right lane. Now you can see this one's controlled by traffic lights, and it says on the floor Leeds A58, Leeds M62. Now we definitely don't want to be on the M62 on a driving lesson, so we're coming out into the right hand lane, and then we're looking above our head, it says stay in the right hand lane for Leeds A58. And on the floor, Leeds A58. Now on this next sign it says Leeds A58 is middle lane. As we pass the exit, it's encouraging us to come across into the middle lane. This lane also says Leeds M62, which is the next exit, but we're not going to take that one. But the next sign suggests that we come across, and the markings bring us across, and we end up in the left lane. Above our head and on the floor it says A58 Leeds, and you can see that just brought us over nicely into this left lane, so that by the time we come to exit the roundabout, after these lights have changed, we're already in the left lane ready to go across. It would be quite difficult to come across from where the truck is, across 3 lanes of traffic to exit the roundabout. So that's why these roundabouts are designed to bring you across naturally, so you can just exit the roundabout nice and safely.
Right guys, thanks for watching my video. I really hope it helped you out, and if you really liked it, comment below, let us know about it. If you've got any questions, also ask them down in the comments section below this video. I'm always on to read the questions, and I always want to answer them. So any questions you put out there with regards to roundabouts, stick them on there and I'll make sure I answer them. Also, if you could like the video, that would really help me out, and subscribe so that I'll make more videos. The more subscribers I get, the more likely I am to make some new videos. So yeah, thanks for watching, and share it with everyone that you know, because hopefully it's helpful for you. It will be helpful for other people who want to learn about roundabouts. So thank you very much. Speak to you soon.